good, though. They don't commit the nade and the paranoia off the back immediately.
And
Not wasting that util.
Open for the taking.
This is cute from MIBR.
Yeah, contacted all the way in here. John is feeling that pressure from the one way. He knows that he has to give up the space now. At least he's got the awareness. He's watching at a slight and safe off angle, so can back away here, try and play for that. Retake a fight by Sentinels. They're forcing the issue forward, and the jump spot by 10's almost a little bit risky, but the plant is down.
And the plant able to be committed because there was that pressure over towards Waterfall. It wasn't smoked off.
Scout destroyed.
MIBR choosing to fight it, and Sen find themselves in a 4v4 retake, both raises down. Remember, that paranoia didn't get used early round from 10s. He still has it.
Right, the kicking here with the smokes propped up here, dividing up the site. A little bit more palpable for them. Paranoia now finally gliding through. Big connection onto a multitude of targets, but again, there's no follow-up. The volleys are just delaying. How are Sentinels going to take this one with time of the essence, sticking onto it. Sassy, half already. Might have just earned them enough time here. Mazin, all the way forward. Spamming and tapping all the way. John, just about.
And actually,
the rifle.
China teams were doing this as well.
Yeah. Full armor. Rifle gets dropped for you. Only really available on the attack side. And you've got a bit more extra pocket money to spend here. With Mazin getting caught onto the mid lurk early.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Brent. Normally, this strategy, you want to be putting the player with the rifle that you've forced in position to take the fight. And you don't really want to be losing players early. Ardezine's good. He's been one of the best new additions to MIBR. He looks like he's got chances of taking them across the line in some big rounds.
Just missing the timing, JZZ. Jumping up. It's the back of the cranium for Tens. It's going to be caught and catched on. Zelsis now is close and in danger. Spray down with the bullets here. Narrowly avoiding and spraying through. Two! But a nade overlapped. No damage, really.
Ardezine and RGL.
This off angle is a brutal one. Anti-flash position, look at it.
And there's Ardezine, he had light armor. He goes down in one.
Full speed ahead though, with the door opening up. We'll force out that util, now that Prowler. Proactive by Sentinels. That was just to set Zekken up into this forward position. Look at him. Sat there with the judge, and he could turn them into mincemeat at a moment's notice. FRZ, if he dies or goes down to a wide face, it's wide enough that he will survive to the solo single shot.
There's a little bit of a gamble involved there, for sure. And
Spike dropped.
not bad damage, to be honest with you, because again, even though FRZ's been healed up, he dies to one shot from 10s. And it makes it much easier for John QD and Sassy to get the kills too. This is nice though. Pressure towards the alarm bot on C as they start to work their way in on A.
One getting broken though. This is pressure on two fronts here by MIBR, so he's trying to sow a bit of deceit and chaos. See if they can pull some of these rotations, but Sen aren't being convinced.
Now they will be.
And now, chance and opportunity. Look at this, Mazin. Yeah. Strikes correctly and precisely the right moment.
The problem is for Sen, is that a lurker? Is that the full hit? Was it a fake? Or was Mazin just playing a very aggressive lurk on Viper? They're unsure. They don't know where to commit right now.
There's only 13 seconds left, pushing through the smoke. I mean, JZZ taking that fight straight to them on an open A side. That has sown enough, at least chaos there, into the mix of the round. They have to deal with these stragglers. JZZ, the stinger shot to the head. He's still alive and kicking though, and he is causing all sorts of distractions, isn't he? Leave it to 10s here on the bonus. Still don't know where a lot of these players are. Single shot, there we go. Straight to the chest. One more in the chamber. Not enough though. That full armor just saving the day there for Mazin, but a 1v2 and potential chances here for Sassy, but time running short. You can start to hear it ticking and ticking away. Got to get a move on here if you want any sort of chance. One spotted, tap, forcing them forwards, but here it is. MIBR really only being postured off by Mazin as a paranoia exchange on either side out on the opposite section of the map with Mazin falling. A control now going to be going towards Sentinels, and all in the middle of all of this. Tucked to the corner, that's Zelsis here, and he's playing again to bait and switch and a snap to the side. RGL Meister at least with the trade, but now he's just a solo player. One left standing, TP's up, and it's too predictable.
MIBR in the previous round playing both avenues of the map, creating pressure on C and A at the same time. Well, Sen just did it on their defense side. They made it feel like it was heavy pressure over towards Rubble when Mazin dies at the beginning of the round. And in fact, They've actually got a bait and switch set up over towards C as well. Now, there's a few things going on here strategically for MIBR. One is they're putting a heavy emphasis on trying to lurk into C if they're given mound control. The other is we've seen players just walk into B at like random mid-round timings. They've been heavily punished for that. So I would expect MIBR to not be trying to take those timings as much anymore.
We'll see if it instills that level of discipline. MIBR only sitting themselves here onto the half-by round. Arzine with an ult and a bulldog.
I have to spike.
Real tools at their disposal. See if they can apply some pressure. That one maybe with a pick. Might even think about offloading the ult, but for now, just farming them up.
FRZ getting 2 away. Thinking about the next rounds.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned earlier, I'm really paying attention to what Sen's defensive setups look like here, because that was the thing that Kaplan had identified in their match against Lev. Dropped down to 10 HP again there.
Lama saved it.
Yeah. Oh, with the amount that Sen have been using the Outlaw, it doesn't seem like a bad idea to go for it.
Here.
The A pressure now, we're going to be sending all of their players out towards C. Haven't actually got rid of any of this setup. The Nano Swarms, significant amount of damage there, but just offering the upgrade now with the kill. Found.
30 seconds
4v5. That will go down. Yes, it will. Might be a kill, though. Yes, with the util flushing RGL Meister out into the open. Straight into the rifle fire, but it's just an exchange of hands here. Now the showstopper really being afforded to use.
They're trying to buy enough time for JCC to come around, and Sassy's watching for it.
It's the awareness by Sassy. Just expecting that could be a possibility. Of course, that noise was made a little bit earlier and prior. Haunt taken care of, but not enough there. Can't level the shots. So Sentinels, a really good win for them, in all honesty as well. I mean, 4 players surviving and getting some of those critical ults out of MIBR. The C's, only the 1 connection. A rumble control will be conceded. So MIBR ran to some of that ground. A couple of bullets there going just through the door before it fully closed up. Now they want to make another go of this here and over, but the snake might drop down at your feet. I mean, it's Arzine in no man's land.
That's not good enough at MIBR. You need way more pressure, and you also need to bait out that util.
Play towards the reactions here. The dog was that connection onto the stun as well. JSA seeking to capitalize. He is so fast onto the target now. Deciding what util he really wants to just offload here. Now to the Seekers, but that's going to be causing a paranoia to go flying. And MIBR, it's disjointed at best here, but now they're finally starting to gain some of that ground and scaling into the site. But they're going to remove these pesky players. Reinforcements arriving. Still, collection of kills out towards the back. Nana Swarm a little bit too shallow there. Doesn't connect, and a snap of the wrist from 10 certainly does, with Mazine dropping Spike out in the open, and the last one spotted, the solo player of FRZ, not a chance. Much though.
No,
at all.
It's an incredibly meta smoke to throw right now. MIBR, though, are playing this more like an eco, where they're just searching around the map, pushing people back, seeing if they can work picks. The problem, though, for MIBR is we're halfway through this attacking half for them. They haven't even forced out ultimates on the side of Sen. So this is looking dire.
Yeah, haven't forced out the ults. I mean, essentially generational wealth on the side of the Sentinels players. There are no risk of losing any of the economy, and looks like losing any fights either. Just don't have the weaponry for MIBR, and it's dire straits, really. Think about Lotus as a map. It's heavily attack-sided at this point. I mean, 6-1. Sentinels on their defense side. They have come out here with something to prove. Yeah, it was a slow beginning versus Lev when they give C mount control, expecting FRZ to use his over in that direction. Probably going to be used in response to that, but here we go. That pressure towards A. Holding onto the paranoia, using the horn, couple of bullets spraying through.
A nice additional layer to the protocol there from Sen. TenZ doesn't commit the paranoia unless there's noise, even after the Prowler catches contact.
Got to be cleaned over the movement.
This is one of the first rounds where MIBR actually have mount control and they're putting pressure towards A. So this feels a bit like when MIBR got that round by creating pressure on both sides of the map and confusing Sen. One of the issues is Sen have big ults to try to re-clear and hold their ground.
What a time to use the pit. It's going to be defended as well in this place. Drop down here. It's Celsius. He's going to try and watch the car. What is that?
30 seconds left.
Ozine just pre-firing up top there. That will remove the pit. And now Celsius, he is in a bit of danger here. Bullets going flying. FRZ
This is a
has
great
its
pit.
lockdown. Nightfall on top of it with the pit. It is a collection, cacophony of ultimates all offloaded here. Showstopper on top of it. And who will be the winner? Who will be the victor? It's Chaos thrown into the mix. And it feels like it's all sentinels out of bullets. Not enough to break the lockdown. 2 versus 2. Spike is down. Paranoia flying, gliding here, dropping down into main. Got to try and defend their positions and stop them from really getting themselves into position. FRZ holding it down inside of the smoke. And it leaves it to Sassy in that 1v2. 1v1 still now being found here, but here it is. Getting the time ticking, tap onto it, seeing if he can at least force that position out wide, but he doesn't have a clue where FRZ is, and the reposition is immaculate. So, the second one on the board here for MIBR. What did it take?
Mario. Now there's another issue. Tens with the off.
Pop flash through, actually, in through the one way. They want to disrespect this one, but as this was happening, Mazine again losing that battle out towards a rubble. Feeling like he has to overexert himself ever so slightly, maybe. Connection there from Trailblazer. Will it signal the go button? Yes, it will, but they're being blinded up and just sprayed down.
MIBR don't seem to respect snake bites in the way that perhaps they should be, because Sen have got the follow-up every time behind it. Mazine's died on these aggro lurks a little too much. MIBR not waiting for the main portion of their fight to cause a distraction before getting the lurk in.
What a shot.
And it's just a catastrophe. Every block falling as MIBR capitulate. These snake bites have been perfectly timed from John Cutie, but there have just been so many moments where either he's picking up the kill or a teammate is picking up the kill on somebody who egos them. We saw Artazine fall to that over towards Tree. We're seeing it here on the C push.
30 seconds
I think
left.
MIBR can't really get a read on where the Viper is, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because Sen are mixing up how that defensive setup works.
When you just try and disrespect, ego check through with the decay and the snake bite. It's a second to fight it. He was definitely in position to nade the close corner.
One of the first times we've seen MIBR end towards B.
Oh, and the timing on that is just perfection. War goes down here, dropping a snake bite though. They can't really cross the line of scrimmage. Second one now, offloaded. And the swarm dealt with, so John QT can still hold his ground, and it's just ring around the roses. I mean, desperation is the way I would call it. With only 25 seconds left, they don't know which way to end.
No, but they've dragged out both snake bites and the C's, so MIBR can get in a lot more easily now.
Shots aren't necessarily clean here. Showstopper. The fuse run out. It is buying him that crucial time. Rocket doesn't collect a kill, and nobody's looking towards the back end of it. They think it's clear. John QT, he will capitalize. Through now as the door rotates. Player position scattered into the post plant.
Yeah, post plant lineups though as well from Mazine and FRZ. And this is how Sen play their post plants here too.
When will Sen get a bit of a read on this one here? Because time is going to start to run short. Here it is, snake bite, Sen flying in. Yes, the kills are being collected. Sassy with half onto the fuse, sticking it all the way. Where's the line of landing? It missed. Onto the ceiling. Maybe just in. I'm feeling a bit
Heavy rubble fight here for Sen.
Again with a snake bite. This time they are just corralling, collected up. Seeing if they can take that gamble and that fight together. The Sentinels are the ones who are entirely favored. Not willing to give up that space.
That's a utility combo again. Sen have not fought with 4 players over this side of the map. And they, MIBR certainly not expecting Zelsus to be tucked under mound there. But yeah, Sen are really mixing up their defense side. They haven't gone for a heavy rubble fight. Playing with your food.
Applied opportunity for tens, but nobody peeks their way out. Everybody's grouped up though. And this does feel very much just like an all-in attempt by MIBR. Seeking to overwhelm Tens' position. He's going to get us out of there. Interesting and unorthodox.
Op sight line?
Yeah, tucking away. He's worried about there being a slight gap here, but as the smoke fades, he might be able to get his eyes onto somebody, one player maybe, but not accounting. The close corner, pushing him. Uh-oh. Hello with the rocket at the feet, and Artazine dealt with RGL. Quick to take up that space once more, and a deep flank all the way wrapped around. That's going to be causing distractions here. Paranoia flying through, blinded up. Kills need to be found here in a 3 versus 3, making a 3 versus 2. That might be trying to withstand this one. They are still in the post plant. Maybe there are still chances for them here in the post plant position with this door. Snake bite, nano swarms.
So now they know the rough positions of both players.
They do. Maybe enough time pressure could be purchased. Spamming through. Half already. Purchased and bought. Maybe the backup plan. Zekken brought down. So 9-3 will be that final score. And a swarm will delay any sort of engagement out towards Tree. But guess what? Paranoia is dodged. Along the board at Util. The kills at least being collected here. It's evened out on either side here. 3v3. Still no ground gained here to get a safe plant down, and there's a fast rotation from all the MIBR players up top here. It's a game of timings and chances, and RGL just doesn't win his out, not when he's up against two.
Very nice there from John and Zelsis to just put a pause in there, double up, make sure that they could trade out a player on site without any risk. But John is weak.
Yeah, and that opens up an opportunity maybe for Mazim, but he does need that one kill. Can he find the second attack from Zelsis? Reveals the position, but matters not. To right-click there.
Onto any potential A-side anchor.
Find you.
And MIBR just trying to take that one with a bit of brute force. The Util certainly helps with it.
Yeah, and
That was yeah.
the MIBR
Okay.
classic. Go and get it in the shops now. What was that doing on RGL?
I know. That's crazy stuff. I think the nade as well just forcing the SEN players out into the open. So they do actually have a player advantage here on the eco round.
Got themselves in a tidy spot that SEN are going to have to dig themselves out from.
This gun's probably not going to be retrievable. You can already hear them just being ferried back and away.
Dropping spike.
MIBR just sitting pretty on A. We're seeing a lot of these Sky Lotus comps either fading out or losing. I suppose fading out being the apt comparison. Here we go, Clash.
Bot coming back.
Ooh, Util out in the hands here now. Seeking to swarm it over. Wow, the flash actually didn't connect there onto Sassy.
Don't
For
ask me
what
why.
other reason? I'm not too sure either. Now just seeing if they can funnel their way through, but it's a very, very narrow choke point.
That's
And
massive.
a lot of weaponry to get through.
God, that's so extraordinarily well done by SEN there. It might just look like they're mopping up ecos.
A lot of rifles online here for SEN. Clean movement from Zekken. What is that, man? I mean, just understands the angle, even though it's smoked off. Just spraying down. Position that players do like to play. Hello, might be getting a bit overzealous, but it is traded through. Hop in. And that's a bit of disrespect, isn't it? Tens. Unlikely contender of the space, but he does eventually take it himself.
Yeah, we're getting the sloppiness in here now.
Oh, yeah.
SEN want to finish it out, you can tell. But they found themselves in a 2v2. Health disadvantage. No plant down just yet.
Snake bite. Zelsis is low. He's going to be forced wide. Yeah, he's going to go down to it, in fact. Pick your poison in that spot. The post plant, though, Tens can play this position. He just needs to isolate these fights! And they drop like flies!
Wild individual moments. Here's that smoke that we were talking about, by the way. On the attack side for SEN. Makes it very difficult for the defenders to fight over this area.
Wow.
And FRZ tries to swing off turret contact. Doesn't realize there are two SEN players pressuring B instead of the more standard one lurker. And they get punished for it.
Liberty's being taken entirely by Sentinels. I think you're right.
It's the details,
Yeah,
man.
the vibes from Sentinels right now, we're just being so loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
You can feel that they want to just try and put a stop to this map. Now, they have called a bit of a pause in the play here into this round after pressuring towards front B.
Here's the flash.
Blinded.
Ooh, does actually catch info onto somebody. That's
Azine. I mean, he's set up wide here. RGL managed to by his side. Looking to take the fight there. Maybe expecting there to be only one player, but they fall. Anyway, two left to stand and pick up the pieces. Maybe forge something of it for MIBR. Jesus A and Ardazine can need a miracle.
Yeah, I think have a little
30
chat about
seconds
Bind
left.
at this point. 2v5,
Planted.
12-3. SEN,
Here.
I don't see how they lose this one, but it would start with JZZ getting a pick.
Paranoia is good, delaying and buying a bit of time. But they need way more kills where that came from. And how do they set it up? Flash. Connection. Zekken cleared. 3 left to stand, and Tens is low. But now with the smoke propped up again, it just gets that much more difficult time working against them. And this is for the map as a reminder here. Crumbling beneath them. And it will have to be heroics. But I don't think it's in order. Not for MIBR right now. Not for map one. Full focus. Set your sights onto Pine. But the Sentinels, they've come straight back into this as Uber said earlier, with a reckoning
Variation of this B defense.
got the info that they were wanting and hunting for here with a knife, smoke. It's all being used to dissuade and push back. Any sort of approach here, underhanded flash as well, seeking to refight, but it's just stray shots at least onto Zelsis. He was separated from all of that prior util.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a comms issue there. Zelsis thinking that they were going to commit to the site here. The rest of the team calling the cancel.
Hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Artsin! Time to fry. Time to farm as well with a spike drop down into his lap.
That is an amazing double kill there with the Ghost. Zekken almost walks backwards into JCZ, just dodges it. But this spike is down in an almost unretrievable spot. It should be MIBR getting off to a great beginning here.
Toxins going up.
Almost unfathomable that John and Zekken could recover this situation. Especially with such little time remaining, too.
Yeah, 30 seconds. I mean, he's poking around,
Toxin
seeing where this player is. The Artisan was
30 seconds
in
left.
forward position. He is. He's hidden in the TP. So, okay, Boombot opens the door. Wait, did it timing it? Oh, there we go. Revealed.
Remaining.
Well off that cue. Artisan seeking to really do some damage and more. But a nail into the...
Taking that information around the map, neither of these teams playing with Sentinels. So flanks pushing out on defense is good.
Well, Dog as well, seeking to really just pop in and clear this one. Hello.
Don't let
Light delivery, little bro. He's getting away with it. With a flash. Maybe we'll contain it. That is just anarchy in the mix. MIBR. It's a 2v3. They got the planet in the midst of that. You are joking. You can't let it tumble like this. Please, MIBR.
They just couldn't get any momentum going on map one. It would be
Oh, no,
cruel to
no.
rip it away so early. But Sen are not in the mood to make friends.
No, not at all, man. That's a win on the eco. Did he want to hold? But you're right. I mean, farming up the plants, the ult orbs, or prior, tends one away from the Thrash.
And it's not like it's probably going to be that important this round, but with a kill, with a plant, with a death, Tens is going to have a massive ultimate for the next round. Can anybody from MIBR play disruption to this? Dog clears the path, smokes down. Ooh, flash over the top as well,
30
just giving them an
seconds
idea of where RGL is playing.
Disrespectful by Zekken. I mean, he's overstaying his welcome there. Spotted out.
Gets punished, and here comes the flank from FRZ as well.
Might make a difference, but he does miss the shot. Okay, ults have to be expended now. Tens using that Thrash. Will he get some sort of connection? Detainment into the corner. No, it missed. It missed entirely. So the weapons are still online for these teams, but it comes down to whether or not you can get these kills. And Tens, it is his job to seek to contain. Artisan forwards now close into the angle, but not watching for showers at all. And eventually the players come together. All collected together now. Zekken is getting a move on. An injection of pace. Exactly what Sentinels ordered. The backside players might be struggling to really find some gaps to try and play off of. It's an underhanded nade, but it's a little bit too short of the mark. Shy of the mark, so plan will go off. Into the post plan we go. The positioning is good by Sentinels.
The dog there from JCZ gets broken, and that stops him from going for some kind of showers crunch. He's moved way far away from it as MIBR tries to take space. Oh, brutal.
Wingman, at least a Dizzy pointing forwards here with the rifles, trying to take the fight up close. And personal here. Second wave of all of that util. Great movement by John QT, just sidestepping all of the damage and the threats navigated. Excellent stuff here by Sentinels.
The screen down.
Anytime you have short control, sand crunches are a possibility.
They're not sending any players forwards that direction. Oh my god, what a perfect flash. FRZ, it wasn't no man's land.
Just out in the open.
Fully out in the open, out of movement. Bit of whiffage there from Zekken. It's all good. Another wingman plant and a pop flash play. JCC won't get away with much more than that still. One kill.
Back to me.
But it's still that player disadvantage. And they're playing full retake onto the B site.
Just want to point out good awareness here from John Cutie as well, who was watching the flank. MIBR have been going for a lot of flank retakes, and Sen just making sure that they're aware of that, even though it's not happening in this round.
Interestingly enough as well, holding very deep up onto tube. Always potential as well for those guns that MIBR were holding to do some real damage. Ooh, Addison is in a close position. He's tucked and well, hearing that sound. No way! Such over the top! Zekken takes him out!
Was he in midair when those bullets were coming out?
I believe so. I mean, we'll see it on the replay.
I don't know whether I want to see it on the replay, Brent.
Absolutely disgusting stuff.
Well,
JCC,
here comes seconds as well.
got to be the stalwart defender of this one. Rocket. No kills found. That was just from the spray of JCC, seeking to make something of the moment, but still, it's got to be another save round. I mean, everything was pushed into this round.
Brent,
Got to back away with the rifles.
What's catastrophic about that from MIBR as well is that they just suppressed Zekken around that area.
Yep.
They knew that he was there, and they also knew that Zekken was just about to have his abilities back online. But the timing that they're taking is after the Dizzy goes down. So Tens throws the Dizzy, and then Artesine is hiding inside the smoke, and once he anticipates someone taking hookah control, he pops out. But that's after the suppressor's already worn off, and then Zekken has his utility back online. And you're tackling one of the best Raze players in the world and asking them not to dodge your ult.
His guns need to be saved here. FRC.
This
Excellent movement from Zekken, though, just to avoid all of that one. And this is a
Toxin screen down.
desperation, proactivity on display. Guess what? Protocols in place and ready for it. That's what Sentinels are. Nades, rebounding. If the rifle didn't do it, Util certainly would have.
There could not be a team more prepared for short aggression in the last couple of rounds than SEN. That's the defensive default protocol you're looking for. The flank's coming through fast here, though, from MIBR, actually.
Watched by Zelsis. Tucked close onto the corner. It's a bit of sound bait. Picking up the orbs. Yep, Zelsis, there's one.
Mounts ready.
Expects a second and will get it. Players dropping all over the place here for MIBR.
It's not.
Looks like there's that hesitation. Lack of confidence to see if they can take that fight. I mean, Zekken.
Yeah,
They're clearing it through with a boombot.
there also wasn't another player with JZZ.
Wait, are they trying to go for this? They're facing. This time they're making a call. They want to go for this one with the Trailblazer right behind it. And there it is. Okay. Few
Nicely
more
done.
kills going their way. Orbital strikes on orbital strikes. Tens. It's in the middle of all of this one, and he is fried to a crisp. 6-1, but MIBR looking to put that second one on board. John QT just spotting, shoulder poking out, receives the one, but he's got more targets where that came from. MIBR shouldn't let that one slip, and they're not going to. So, standard take here from Sentinels, just with a boom bot, but the snake bite does well to push them back and away with the mollies. Oh, Zekken does not care about it, man. Satchel straight over, full disrespect here from the Util. JZZ, far too much to deal with. Pop flash on Mazine. It wasn't quite set up for it, but he can't reset the aim, but a second. Follow through is perfection from Sentinels.
That's an immaculate take as well. There's actually a brimstone molly from Zelsis that lands in elbow to keep JZZ trapped on site so he can't fall back there. So many layers to put pressure on somebody who's going to be playing around Garden and somebody playing around Hookah. So well played by Sen. A couple of teams are going to be stealing that.
Oh, yeah. So well timed with it, revealing everything. Well, the pit will drop.
That's big.
And RGR backs away here. Maybe some time, space being purchased here from Artesine, but now reveals his position out, open. Now 1v1, but time starting to tick. And that forces the issue.
So MIBR got a good idea with their macro of where this is going to end. It's not the macro that's really been the difference maker, though.
This is a... Oh, they want to refight this. Call's being made. It's a dry swing. No, not quite. There's a left click flash from Mazine, and it supports it up elegantly. And Precision will lock that round away. And we just discussed it, Josh. We talked about it. That refight, you've got the double flash comp. It's the bread and butter. It's what the comp is good at.
Yeah.
And they put it on display.
I think that's a great call there by Bazooka to add in a
30
different
seconds
way of
left.
approaching B. Don't allow Sen to get into their exec space. Instead, fight them for it. And yeah, it was that re-clear. It wasn't actually perfectly executed,
No,
but listen,
no, but
we
okay,
won't
we'll
talk
take
about
it.
that. We'll take it. They peaked a bit before the KO flash came through, but it still blinded up all of the Sen players. And it got them the win.
10 seconds left.
And that's what MIBR were going for. Good read on the fact that it was going to end B. KO knife over to Showers to confirm that fact. Kept the 3 players stacked. Nicely done.
Yeah.
The rounds that MIBR are getting on the board, old B setup here.
Yeah. Thrash this time to cleave its way all the way through detainment. There it is, sitting duck, FRC. There's no help, no respite, and that's because of that molly again, you see it. No chance of a pop flash player, anybody else that can support them through here. Zelsis now with a plant, and Zekken, extra weapon in his arsenal. It's that showstopper. Sitting ready and pretty Ready to be popped off at the first signs of life of MIBR. Trailblazer to be met here with the Thrash, leading the charge right into elbow. Detainment there, Showstopper on top of it. It's all combined it. It's overwhelming at its core. You don't stand a chance.
So coming off the back of MIBR with an excellent re-clear of B-Long, we then go into the normal setup again.
Yeah.
And Sen are just given too much space. They get a great combo off where they're able to get value out of Ten's ultimate. And it's game over. Once you allow Sen to get into these exits and the post plants, MIBR's retakes have not really stood a chance. They're just barreling over Mazine in heaven.
MIBR doubled up into the smoke here. Surely you don't just contact your way through this one. It's being watched for, but sleeping a wheel ever so slightly there. Sassy not expecting it.
Yeah, and it's also difficult to place your crosshair well when there's a smoke there.
Yeah.
They can come out of it a few unusual positions. Orbital strike for RGL.
Okay.
I don't think they were expecting an op.
No. Posted up onto the position here, but
I
the
got the
smoke
spike.
up in their faces.
Right there.
It feels like a lot of these defense setups are based on where the KO is playing. They don't have as much proactivity on the other side of the map. RGL can't even find a timing to use the ult.
Does find a time for the kill, but his back's going to be open wide and open. Okay, eventually kill claim there for Zelsis.
And that's ult online. Post-plant molly. Zelsis is going to be able to delay this defuse for so long. MIBR need to get a move on here.
Tempo needs to be increased. First wave of that util, you can see it. Line up Larry. On for it now with the molly, dropping it down. That just buying him even more time. Bodies out in the open. Desperation. And a 9-3 half. Sen are going to be really pouring themselves. It's going to be a rebound nade. That's going to delay the default plant spot, so he sends that one flying along with a snake bite. Cross map, I believe, off the comms.
Nice
30
lineup.
seconds left.
And it has more time for Sentinel, so they are getting themselves now into the side, but not enough to really dissuade it. But finally, plant on, line before it's space taken, scaling now in a flank here. Zelsis right behind them. Can't win out the fight. Mazine just tucks it there. Shoulder peeking out, but now a clearance now into Lamps. No connection, not from the flash. RGL. Beautiful shots with the ghost. Ringing true. Defuse half from Wingman. Hello, anybody? So you're going to stop this? They do eventually. Putting a stop to it, but has time been brought on QT. Put to bed here. So
That spot is going to start the acceleration on A. RGL with the plant, looking to try to build up to orbital strike here. Not going to have it for this round, though.
Snakebite dropped to the feet there, and the right click will do it. There was a Dizzy, though, following up, and they are trying to flood themselves into the back. The side of Sentinel, surely. They'll win this one. Been softened up entirely. Plenty of bullets being sent flying into the few bodies that are left standing here from Sentinels, and it should be a clean one. All the more likely here for MIBR. Okay!
Love to allow Tencent second to set up for showers control. They got hit by the 0 point, push back, and now MIBR have long. Sassy goes for a re-exploration and hits that. Unfortunately, MIBR losing another player that's in that kind of lurk spot, reminiscent a little of Lotus. Losing those players early.
Reclaiming the gun. All that ground has been gained here for Mazine. He's not in a position to go on really any more exploration. There's too much to worry about with the smokes dropped down. Still, Sentinels have plenty of players tucked close to the site. Knife. Deep and across. Second, though, still has all of his abilities and more. And he's going to be hearing the rumble of the footsteps backing away, but also forwards here,
30
Mazine.
seconds left.
Maybe trying to soundbait ever so slightly. Yeah, okay, Zekken thinking the coast was clear. Will get caught and the head clean off. John QT, though, it's a crossfire setup. And him alongside it, Sassy, TP. Reinforcements arriving just to try and help them out, but MIBR sent scurrying. There's only 13 seconds left. Which direction are you going into? They don't know.
10 seconds left.
There's no time at this point. You got too much to get through. And it's a lost round for MIBR.
And it's not like Sen are fighting them for ult orb control, at least at the beginning.
Ooh, that's a nice one to find. Doubled up. John QT falling. Real impetus now being placed! Huh? What is that?
Oh, the Thrash opens the door And Zekken topples him over like Skittles.
Absolutely ridiculous stuff. Chasers A showing his presence here in towards short with a bit of a jiggle of the movement, and now they are putting that squeeze. Amontes Elsa's don't realize he is there. Still tucked towards pocket. Time available for him to just drop down that smoke, but sprayed down in place. 2 players here. Left standing out for MIBR, and it's a 2 versus 2. Taking that backside control, planning for it. Trying to flip the site entirely. It's a silent jump up now, up through into heaven. Trailblazer from Sassy, seeking to lead the way and
He's
clear
got
a
to be
lot
worried
of that
about his
space. Surely he's got to think about it. He is being flanked from FRZ, but no, he's pop flash through now and clearing most of the site, but the Trailblazer not being broken. Painted a pretty picture indeed for Zekken. FRZ though, he's got to be that difference maker, and he's found the first one, still planted for him. Time is on your side. Just got to slow it down and take it against one of the best players in the world. 1v1 tap from Zekken, facing the wrong direction, expecting that reposition. Zekken again, now which way is he facing? Still expecting it from the spawn angle, and FRZ. Look at all that space for MIBR. Deep smoke contacting through now with the underhanded flash popping. Along with the showstopper, bit of spam through the wall. No kill to be claimed here, but it does clear out the site, so MIBR should be happy with that one. Are they going to be ready now for an attempt to maybe flood back out here?
Yeah, what's your setup to stop Zekken's showstopper?
He alerts himself now with the position. There's a nade at his feet, 65 out, lets it rip and somehow finds that one. Onto Artesy in close. Corners into the fight, taking it. And picking them apart, it's meticulous in its nature. Orbital strike has to be offloaded relatively early here.
Very early.
MIBR just feeling the heat. And do they have enough to try and stop this one? Tens ready to defuse onto Wingman half. I don't believe they got it. Goes down to the molly, but only 2 players are left standing. And they know exactly the positioning of them. Sentinels going to be ready now to just try and face them no matter what. John holding it down onto the diffuser. The rest of his team cleans it all up.
That extra layer, just not quite there from MIBR. They thought if they could hold passive.
The other side of the timeout. Showers contained and held down here. Defense by Tens. He was a solo player, and there's really no picture in their mind of how they really wanted to try and earn themselves around for MIBR. It's just wandering around the map, hoping that they can be offered a few kills maybe with the Sheriff.
I mean, there was a flash there. Mazin tried to sync it up with a bounce flash off the wall, but they weren't expecting people to be on the off angles. They're thinking they're just holding a default crossfire. Small adjustments, and it gives Sen the round almost assuredly.
Ooh, spotting possibly on the box there. Tens knows at least that they've lost control of this one.
Yeah, even if FRZ was able to get a kill, get the plant, they still don't have the spike. Sen get up to match point. Tried to re-clear it, almost dies to Mazin. And now Sassy's in a really bad spot.
Yeah, shot from B long. He's really just trapped here. Or is he? I mean, where's the swing? Where's the trade? He is just taking these duels, willing them into existence. Wants to try and take the fight. The nade won't clear him. Satchel though. And the what is going on? Oh, it's silly and it's messy. Might even describe it as whimsical, but it does grant MIBR at least access to the site. Second, 1v2 now, 5 bullets left. Gotta play for the reload. Boombot. Believe shot down, so everybody healthy now and slow down. Take a bit of a breather if you are MIBR. It's the series on the line. Second.
There's no pressure on Zekken.
Now he's just taking it in his stride. Crossfire setup. Not sure who will be the first contact. Most likely Mazin here just holding onto it. No way. Snaps it. Doesn't know where the second player is, but it all comes down to him versus Mazin.
Defensive utility to re-clear that potential Viper lurk. So maybe they're thinking about doing it for the second round. Sassy's just egoing it. Hasn't used a flash, hasn't used the dog. They're just, right, there's nobody short. They've gone and contact re-cleared that area. The fact they haven't seen anybody short, I think should make them think that Shower's Trailblazer is a bit of a fake. The smoke's coming through as well. MIBR are trying to sell them a serious A-site hit.
But they have no control of B. Still, it might not make a difference.
30 seconds left.
Deep knife now to no command in case there are any anchoring players. Now we know there's nobody defending this. Center entirely off the site, so it's going to be a freebie for MIBR, but they are fast. Look at it, straight through the TP and trying to flood themselves right back into this one. Behind them, Zekken and Tens coming together, spray through, and it's an open sideline. It's not smoke for that kind of tempo injection into the round here with the Viper's Pit. Maybe enough coverage onto the side to try and provide some level of safety. There's a player advantage for Sentinels, and when they're put in this spot, they capitalize. They can feel it, they can taste it. One more round will make the difference. Mazine, he's fully blinded up there. Well, breaking it. First layers of it. Still 2 left to stand here for MIBR, and the pit is still up. No more snake bites, though. Another tap. Second.
Player
Out in the open. They know where FRZ is.
Do they?
He's made himself noticed, surely. Evacuation, but not enough to evade. Just few straight shots. And it's all Sentinels now, 13-7, map 2.
Defenders
Don't get me wrong, they were pushed and tested in various ways, but they got the job done.
SEN with a fairly comfortable beginning there to Super Week.